Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 1025. It's Educators Week, Teacher Appreciation Week. Yeah, I'm curious, what's one of the toughest tests that you've ever taken? I think back to my freshman year of college, I was taking an Old Testament class, and there was what was called the King's Test. You were responsible for knowing all the names and anything about every king for Israel, both for the northern kingdom and for the southern kingdom. So this is well over 40 kings, over 450 years of history. And you had to know it all. I don't know how you feel about tests. Tests tend to make us nervous. They tend to make us anxious. Most of us don't enjoy tests. But here's the thing. Testing is an essential part of our education system. Teachers are required to administer tests. Maybe it's a standardized test. Maybe it's a test for an individual subject area. But testing happens. But here's what we need to remember in this. The point of testing, and I know sometimes we get caught up in thinking that it's about passing or failing, or it's about the grade that we receive. But ultimately, testing is about monitoring our progress. It's about seeing where we're at. What do we know? What do we not know? Where do we need to continue to learn and improve? And the Bible actually talks about testing. In the book of James, he says these words, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." How do you feel about tests? James says, consider it pure joy. Yeah, when is the last time that you took a test and you're like, yeah, this is pure joy for me? No, often it's more of a struggle. It's more intimidating for us. And yet James says, consider it pure joy. Why? Because it develops perseverance. And it brings us to this point where we're mature and complete, lacking nothing. See, the point of testing in our Christian life, the struggles, the trials that we go through, is so that we might become more like Jesus. And that's why we can consider it pure joy. Because as we go through these struggles, as we go through these times of testing, it conforms us to be more like Christ. And here's what I want you to know. The toughest test has already been taken. It was taken by Jesus. As he lived his life, as he suffered and died on the cross, as he remained faithful to God on your behalf. He took the test and he passed. He aced it. And he came out on the other side alive. Sometimes you might take a test, or you might be going through a time of testing and you might think, oh, I am so dead. Jesus did end up dead. And he came out on the other side alive. And now he has risen. He has ascended into heaven, and he's interceding on your behalf. Here's what's incredible. Oftentimes in the classroom, when you take a test, the teacher says to put everything away and to keep your eyes on your own work. It's all about you. But the tests that we go through, that we take in our Christian life, they're actually an open book test. They're a test where we can ask the teacher, the one who already aced the test on our behalf, where we can ask him questions. And we can talk to our neighbor. We can collaborate with each other. So what's the toughest test you've ever taken? I'd invite you to share that with me in the comment section below. And then remember, even in this time, maybe you're facing a difficult test, and maybe it's in the classroom. Maybe you're wrapping up the school year and there's a final and you're struggling with that. Or maybe it's just a test in your everyday life. Whatever tough test you're facing, remember, Jesus already faced the toughest test on your behalf and he passed. And he's right there. And he's available to you in this time of testing. I'll see you again tomorrow.